Mr. Prakash Iyer has written a wonderful book called The Habit of Winning. There was a school which was sinking, which was financially deteriorating year by year, day by day. And the staff, the principal were in utter disappointment and fear that if they don't take any major step, they will soon have to shut down the school. And so they appoint a consultancy firm to revive the school administration, business, and the consultancy firm, when they study the entire school, what are the mistakes they are doing, they come up with an idea that you have to choose 10 brightest students from the school and 10 best teachers of the school, and then put them together for 1 year. Let them put all the efforts that teacher can give, and because the students are bright, they will perform well, and if they come into merit list in their respective grades, your school will again be back in news, and we can hope for better days of the school. uh, the principal was little reluctant. She was hesitant, but why only bright students, why not everybody? But then eventually they all agreed. They said, okay, fine, we'll do this. And so 10 students and 10 teachers were picked up with extra classes, special coaching. Everything was done for 1 year. And as expected, Eureka, uh, all the brightest students were the toppers in the universities in their respective grades. Yeah. And the school became famous. News, media, reporters started covering the story, a big transformation of the school. And then there was a celebration ceremony in the school. The principal took charge of the podium and started giving the speech. And she started saying that it's good that our school is back on track. I congratulate all the teachers and students. I'm very happy. But I have one secret to share. And the secret was that the teachers which were chosen as the best teachers of the school were actually not the best. I had just picked them randomly. And the whole auditorium went silent. And wait, she said, I have one more secret to share. The 10 students which were selected were also not the brightest students. They were selected randomly. And I got goosebumps after reading this story, that is exactly what expectation effect is all about. Because the teachers and students were convinced that they are the best. They got the best of the best affirmations and actually they started putting a lot of efforts because they have to live up with the expectation, and they thought that they are better than others. That itself helped them to do better than others. Isn't it amazing? Everything starts from here. Okay, we just keep blaming the external factors. No, everything is inside. Yeah. I think in my case also, I mean, I wonder why I took so many risks in life, why I always try to do things differently. I think all credit goes to my very special childhood where I got two mothers and two fathers. So one, my biological mother and father who gave me birth, and another, my brother and sister who are very elder to me by 10 and 12 years. So more of fatherly and motherly figures than those fighter siblings. I never fought with them like the ordinary brothers and sisters. And so, since childhood, although I was a very ordinary student, they made me they made me think that I'm different, I'm extraordinary. No, I think differently, my habits are different. I don't think I was actually different, but they kept talking about it. I don't know why. And I think that all these things manifested into my adulthood, where I took risks. In spite of 3 failed startups, I did not lose the resilience. Creativity, doing things differently is good, was the biggest assumption since childhood. To look different, to do things differently from others was something good thing that was taught to me since childhood. वरना usually क्या बताया जाता है कि you have to blend in with others, you have to mix, you have to be like others, and don't be an exception. So these things were never taught me in my school days. I still remember uh, my Hindi teacher in 7th grade had asked everybody to write an essay, निबंध लिखो आपकी फेवरेट एनिमल की आत्मकथा. तो सबने लिखा है कुत्ता, बिल्ली, मोर, शेर, शेर की आत्मकथा. और मैंने लिखा गधे की आत्मकथा. And I took my essay to the class teacher, and everybody laughed at me. Even class teacher, made fool of me. I came back home crying badly, and I complained to my bhaiya, my elder brother, that देखो ना सब ऊपर पे हंसे. मैंने तो बहुत मेहनत करके लिखी थी. मैंने 3 दिन 3 रात. I was very confident about my writing, and brother said, "Okay, don't worry." And he came to the school and explained to my teacher that look, donkey is a donkey. And we just because most of the people think that he is a dumb animal doesn't make it dumb, right? The question was to write an essay on your favorite animal. There was no other condition, right? And he wrote Gadhe ki Atma Katha. So there is absolutely nothing wrong in it. And teacher was good enough. She accepted her mistake. She admitted it. And and then she announced in the classroom that let's read out his essay. I think that gave me a boost of confidence that I have a say. My life is my life. There was nothing wrong in it. I think these are the parenting environment that I got since childhood, where मेरे opinions, मेरे मेरे thoughts को बहुत स्थान मिला था मेरे घर पे. Even if I was the youngest I was the fourth child in my family, but everybody was treated equally. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि बस माँ खाना बनाती थी, हम सब काम में जुट जाते थे. मुझे हर संडे में कुछ साफ सफाई का काम अलॉट किया जाता था, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. Well, I think this should be a learning a piece of information for all of us, that if these words of affirmations are given to children in their childhood, things will be different. I am a standing example of it. uh, Another interesting story Farid told me that you should talk about this when you discussed expectation effect. In some country, I don't remember, I think Israel or something, the prisoners who were given death sentence by the court of law, uh, the the jail authorities talked to the prisoners who were pronounced as a death sentence. They're going to die very soon. That look, we are going to do some experiment for some scientific revolution, and we need people because there is a risk of dying in this experiment. So we give you a choice. If you say yes for the experiment and you come out alive, then your death sentence will be pardoned. Okay. And if you die, then you die. Anyway, you're going to die. Right. So what do you want? And they said that, okay, fine. If there is a chance of forgiving my death sentence, and luckily if I come out alive from this experiment, then I'm scot-free. I'll be out of the prison. So most of the prisoners chose to go for the experiment. And the experiment was very interesting. It was to test the expectation effect, the power of expectation effect. And all the prisoners were blindfolded, and they were told that you'll be sitting in a chair, and we are going to release a poisonous snake in the room. Okay, it might bite you, it might not bite you. All right. And then everybody used to leave the room except the snakes and the prisoner, the snake and the prisoner in each room. But this was the story that they were told. But in reality, there was no snake in the room. Only they just made artificial sounds, hiss, hiss, and made them think that the snake is rolling on their body. And actually, they just pricked two needles on their hand, on their leg. Okay. And you know what happened? 99% of the prisoners died only because of those needles, because they were made to believe that they were bit by a poisonous snake. 99% was the death ratio. Crazy, right? Unbelievable. Because they thought that they're bit by the snake, and and they thought that the poison is spreading in their body, our mind actually produces poison. The biochemical gets released. We have an internal pharmacy inside our body. If you have read the book or booklet, we have an internal pharmacy in our body. I just laughed when I read that word. Okay. And that's why placebo effects are so famous in the medical industry. We know the examples given in the book where the doctors were working on the injured soldiers in World War I, and morphine was very useful medicine to give anesthesia, so that all the soldiers are so badly injured that it was impossible to operate without giving morphine, without giving anesthesia. But you know the results of World War I, things were so bad that morphines used to go out of stock. And then one doctor did one thing, that he just gave some glucose saline and told the patient that I'm giving you morphine, and then I'm going to operate on you. And you know, operating on a body without anesthesia runs a huge risk of heart attack, because the pain is unbearable and that leads to heart attack. But you know what? Almost all the soldiers who were told that they had been injected morphine, but actually it was just plain glucose saline, they happily came out of the operation, and the operation was successful. So I think this is very interesting. I'll come to the points where how we can use these placebos and expectation effects in our day-to-day life. Before that, I'll give some more examples. There are some basketball players in US, and all the basketball students were divided into three groups. One group were told that you have to practice basketball, all the strokes, all the tactics and dodging for 1 month rigorously. The second group was said that you don't have to practice, you do whatever you want, we'll meet after 1 month. The third group said that without holding the ball, just be at home and practice everything that we teach you mentally, not physically. Okay? And they were never given a basketball. So they just sat at home and religiously, with full discipline, they practiced basketball just in the mind, okay, through imagination. After 1 month, when they checked through international coaches all the skills, basketball skills of all the players of three groups, the first group obviously did fairly well because they had actually worked physically. The second group was way behind because they did nothing, neither physically nor mentally. The third group, very interesting result, their skill set was just 2% lesser than the first group. Very interesting. Again, that's the power of mental stamina that we have, but we underestimate these things. I think I read this story in a book written by Adam Grant. I don't recollect the name of the book. Adam Grant is a very famous author. There was housekeeping staff in a 5-star hotel, and the housekeeping staff were asked that, do you work on your health? And most of the boys and girls said that no, we never get time. There is so much of work here. Kamra saaf karna hota hai, clean the bed sheets, attend the customers, a hell lot of work, and we used to get so tired that there is no time to go to the gym. And then the same people who complain that we do nothing for health in specific, especially, and their health reports were taken after asking this question. which did not give some great parameters. So the results were not so great. Most of the parameters were out of range. They had some minor cholesterol issues or diabetes, etc., etc. Then they were told through a lot of analysis of their body actions while cleaning the rooms and doing housekeeping services that, what, when you clean the room, you're actually working on your thighs because you're doing squats. When you're actually cleaning the ceiling or cleaning the glass, you're actually extending your back and you're improving your flexibility. And this is adding to your health. So they told them all the detailed body movements they are doing while they're working on their job. And after a month, again, they were asked to take health reports, medical reports, and the results are amazingly much, much, much better, almost 50% better than the previous medical reports. So just by thinking that whatever I'm doing for my betterment, for my health, in itself improves your health. All right. तो आप भी कभी घर पे अगर लादी पोछा कर रहे हो तो आप सोचो कि you are doing something great for your body. Okay, it's not waste of time. It's not cheap work. यूजुअली ऐसा बोल जाता है ना कि घर का काम मतलब यूजलेस, ऑफिस का काम मतलब नो वाइट कॉलर जॉब. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. काम काम है. इनफैक्ट फिजिकल काम ज्यादा अच्छा रहता है बिकॉज यू स्वेट एंड यू बर्न कैलोरीज. वेराज कुर्सी पे बैठ के बस उंगलियां हिलाने से कुछ कैलोरीज बर्न नहीं होते. But again, interestingly, to counter argue with the same statement, which I read in a book, if you are away from the gym, suppose you are in an aeroplane, 20,000 feet above the earth, and you're sitting in your seat, and just imagine that you are holding a 10 kg dumbbell. Just imagine, and think that you're lifting it with a lot of effort. Okay, try lift and do some 10 repetitions. You'll actually start sweating. I've done this. You will start sweating, but you have to imagine with all the minute details. You have to feel the dumbbell. Okay, close your eyes. Of course, you will not burn as much calories as you will actually lift the dumbbell in the gym, but you'll definitely burn more calories than just idly sitting in the chair. All right, that's the power of our mind. And hence I picked up this book especially to convince you that how important it is to the kind of videos that we exposed ourselves to on internet, the kind of TV shows we watch on TV. It's so important. It's all going into our subconscious mind. It's so stupid and innocent. It absorbs everything on face value. He doesn't understand, oh, this is just a joke. This is something serious. नो, एक अगर बच्चे को कोई पेरेंट बोलेगा अरे क्या तेरे दिमाग में कांदा बटाटा भरा हुआ है क्या, तो ही टेक्स इट लिटरली. तुझे तो अकल ही नहीं है. एंड देन बड़ा होके वी एक्सपेक्ट ग्रेट थिंग्स. नो, वो ऐसे ही सोचेगा. सो व्हाई से सच थिंग्स व्हेन वी रियली डोंट मीन इट? डू वी रियली मीन इट व्हेन वी से दिस टू द चिल्ड्रन? नो, लेट्स नॉट से इट. राइट? एंड सो it's so very important when you go and watch videos on YouTube. Just randomly watching some stupid videos will really affect your mind. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay? So I'm very, very careful when I'm about to download an app from Play Store or Apple Store. I think, let me check, is it probably an addictive app? Am I bringing a packet of cocaine in my house by downloading that app? Yes, because it is as dangerous as drugs. And so be very careful when you expose yourself to mobile apps, TV shows, videos. Yeah. Interesting story about a man who was so depressed and dejected, was sitting in a garden and was developing thoughts of suicide. He was developing a tendency to commit suicide because of many failures in his life. Suddenly a man comes and gives him a check of $5 million and says that, chill, okay, I'm a very rich man. I want to help you. You seem quite depressed. So take this check and do something good for your life. Go start some business, open a shop, whatever you want. Okay, it's your money. And that guy takes the check And he says that now that I have so much of money, let me not use it immediately. I'll borrow some money from my friends, try to or do something. Okay. And then if I really need, I'll deposit the check. And so after 6 months, he thinks, no, now after getting some revenue from the business, let me not deposit the check right now. Let me use the money that I am generating from business itself. और ऐसा 1 साल 2 साल होता है. And the guy who had given the check had told him that meet me in the same at the same place in this garden after 2 years and let me know how is the progress. And so after 2 years, the man who was about to commit suicide is very successful, very happy, married, kids, traveling the world. And he remembers the guy who had helped him. So after 2 years, without fail, he comes to that same spot in the garden. And that guy who gave the check also came there. No, he did not come. The guy who gave the check 2 years ago, he did not appear there. But a nurse or came there running और बोली कि अरे वो किसी ने आपको कुछ किया तो नहीं. तो बोले कि नहीं 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 कुछ नहीं, मैं एक जेंटलमैन के लिए रुका हूँ, उसने 2 साल पहले मुझे एक चेक दिया था. तो नर्स बोलती है कि अरे वो एक्चुअली हमारे पागल खाने से भाग के आया था, वो कुछ अमीर उमीर नहीं है, वो सबको ऐसा चेक देते बैठा है, बोलता है कि यूज करो करके. एंड I don't know whether it's a real story or fictional, but I'm convinced that, yeah, that if you think that, I can do something good for my life, it will be easier for us. So, वो बोलते हैं ना कि loans by banks are given to people who actually don't need any loan. हमको वो कोलैटरल और सिक्योरिटी इतना देना पड़ता है, एक्चुअली हमको लोन की जरूरत होती नहीं है, वो हमारा फियर रहता है. Because no bank will give you loan unless you have enough backup money, right? In terms of jewelry, property, whatever. तो हम वो बेच के पैसा क्यों नहीं जनरेट करते? Because we have the fear. Right? और fear पे पूरा पूरा बैंक का धंधा चलता है. Okay, now I'm not asking you to sell off your assets and get rid of your loans. It's up to you. um, I read a very interesting story in a book called Sanatan Leela. By the way, Economic Times, now my book reviews have started coming in Economic Times regularly. You can check out yesterday's Economic Times, where I reviewed and recommended books of Oprah Winfrey, Lata Mangeshkar, Manisha Koirala's biography. She came out successfully from cancer. She's a cancer survivor. I got call from Manisha yesterday, and she was so happy. So Sanatan Leela is a book written by Dinesh Sahara, who also wrote the book Sanatan Didi. He is a great fan of Lata Mangeshkar, and he writes many books. By the way, Dinesh Sahara was the owner of I think Ruchi Soya. It's a very, very big company, now sold off to Baba Ramdev. Very good friend of mine, a rich billionaire guy, but very spiritually awakened person. And I read a story in that book called Sanatan Leela. A man was getting ready for his office. Okay, he was tying his tie, wearing his blazer. And while he was looking into the mirror, his wife said, अरे आपकी आंखें आज इतनी डल क्यों लग रही है? नींद ठीक से नहीं हुई है क्या? ठीक नहीं लग रहा है क्या? बीमार हो क्या? ऑफिस मत जाओ ना. तो बोलता कि नहीं, मैं तो ठीक हूँ, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. And he leaves the house in spite of his wife's insistence. On the way एक दोस्त मिलता है बस स्टॉप के इधर. अरे तू क्या हुआ, तेरी आंखों के नीचे एकदम ऐसा काला काला लग रहा है, तो बहुत थका हुआ लग रहा है, हुआ क्या, बीमार हो क्या? जाते हैं क्या डॉक्टर के पास, मैं लेके जाता हूँ. बोलते नहीं रे बाबा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, तुमको ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है? मेरी बीवी भी ऐसा बोली, मैं तो मुझे तो ठीक लग रहा है. वापस रिसेप्शन ऑफिस जाता है. रिसेप्शनिस्ट, अरे सर, व्हाई डिड यू कम, यू आर लुकिंग वेरी वीक टुडे. ऐसा करके तो इसका बॉस भी बोलता है कि तो फाइनली एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस इज आफ्टर लंच टाइम he actually starts getting fever, gets high temperature, feels weak. So he takes a half-day leave, goes back home, and he actually falls sick for next 1 week. Now the most interesting part of the story starts here, that the wife who spoke, his friend who met him at the bus stop, the receptionist and the boss, they all were planted, and they were told to say these negative things to that man. It was an experiment to make him fall sick. He was a guinea pig. Of course, it was a least cost one could pay. He recovered later on. Don't worry about that. But this is the very interesting experiment done. And again, that shows the power of expectation effect. This is not placebo. This is the opposite of placebo, called nocebo. So nocebo is you expect something negative, you keep expecting, and it happens. A very good example given in the book was about the kangaroo bone, if you have read it in booklet. जो कोई ट्राइबल एरिया में साउथ अफ्रीका में उनका जो मेन आदमी रहता है ट्राइब का, कम्युनिटी का, और कोई इंसान कुछ गलत काम करता है तो कांगारू बोन से उसको एक श्राप देता था कि जा अभी तो 1 हफ्ते में मर जाएगा, ऐसा मैजिक, ब्लैक मैजिक करके। और वो एक्चुअली ऑल द मेन वुमेन जिनको वो श्राप मिलता था वो 1 हफ्ते में मर जाते थे। हालांकि ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं उसमें, इट वाज सुपरस्टिशियस, बट देन दैट्स द पावर ऑफ नोसिबो। Yeah, the tribe was made to believe that guru had some magical powers, the head of the community, and if he says you are going to die. Now, that's the power of nocebo. Placebos are all over here. Do you know that elevator में जो लिफ्ट का आप यूज करते हो 5 स्टार होटल्स में या कहीं पे भी, तो आप अंदर जाते हो तो एक डोर बंद करने का एक बटन रहता है, एक डोर खुलने का रहता है आउट एरोज, और एक डोर बंद करने का इन एरोज रहता है। वो इन एरोज एक्चुअली देर इज नो सर्किट इनसाइड, वो सिर्फ एक झूठ मूठ का बटन बनाया हुआ रहता है टू गिव यू अ सेंस ऑफ कंट्रोल कि मैंने लिफ्ट के दरवाजे बंद किए एंड आई सेव टाइम। एक्चुअली वो दरवाजा जब बंद होना है तभी बंद होता है, हमको वो उल्लू बनाते हैं। So that is again a placebo button where it's just given for the sake of filling up that gap and make the panel look symmetric, nothing else. Yeah, doctors do the placebo जो main जो नाम आया वही से आया। So a doctor एक 10 पेशेंट्स थे, सबको से ऑलमोस्ट सेम बीमारी थी, सर्दी जुकाम या वॉट एवर, with the same intensity, and 5 patients were told individually while consulting by the doctor that I have diagnosed your problem perfectly, I am very confident, ये लो, एक सफेद गोली और एक लाल गोली है, गारंटी आपकी सर्दी खांसी निकल जाएगी, 5 दिन के बाद अगर ठीक लगा तो आप वापस आने की जरूरत नहीं है, जाओ। ओके, नो डोंट वरी, आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट। वर्ड्स ऑफ अफर्मेशन। एंड सेकेंड ग्रुप जो पेशेंट्स थे उनको ऑलमोस्ट सेम बीमारी थी, उनको डॉक्टर ने बोला कि आई एम नॉट श्योर कि मैंने डायग्नोस तो किया बट आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट माई प्रोग्नोसिस, सो फिर भी मैं कुछ गोली दे रहा हूँ, अगर असर हुआ तो ठीक है, वरना पक्का मुझे मिलने आना 5 दिन के बाद प्लीज, जो भी है, बिकॉज आई एम लिटिल वरीड, कुछ तो अलग लग रहा है, देखता हूँ ट्राई करके ये दवाई देके। सो ऐसा थोड़ा विशी वॉशी सिचुएशन क्रिएट किया कि ही इज लेस कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट हिज डायग्नोसिस। एंड द फर्स्ट ग्रुप जो था, all the patients got well and they did not come to the doctor, they did not revisit it after 5 days, and almost all the patients in the second group came back कि डॉक्टर मुझे तो ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, आप देखो देखो ना, दवाई बदल के देखो, वापस चेक करो क्या हो रहा है। एंड नाउ यू नो व्हाट, फर्स्ट ग्रुप के पेशेंट्स को एक्चुअली जो गोली थी इट वाज जस्ट व्हाइट पाउडर, कुछ ग्लूकोज की गोलियां थी, इट हैड नो मेडिकल इंग्रेडिएंट्स इन इट, सर्दी खांसी की दवाई थी नहीं वो। So actually, I don't know whether my doctor is there in this group or not. My doctor, whenever I visit him, no, he makes sure that he touches me, and it actually makes me feel good. I don't know whether he does it on purpose. If he's there, he will please unmute yourself, doctor, and let me know whether you do it purposefully. So, and I really feel great that we look up to doctors like they're like lifesavers, they're godly. And I love my doctor a lot, and he makes sure that he touches me, and something happens, I don't know why, but I really get better. वो दवाई का असर है or touch का असर है, I don't. Yeah, I think he's there. Mr. Mahadev, you do that, right? I've observed if every time I come, you make sure that you touch me, and maybe you know the power of placebo. Okay, glad that my doctor is also there in the room. uh, very very good suggestions given by the author, David Robson, that how we can use the power of placebos. So whenever your doctor prescribes you some pills, ask him that what is the functioning of this medicine, how is it going to benefit my body. Get into the details. That itself will reinforce the process. Goli to kaam karegi, but as the author says that we have an internal pharmacy in our body. So the same biochemicals will be manufactured by our mind, which the doctor has prescribed. For that, you need to know how it works, right? It will not be all the technical jargons, but doctor can explain you in layman's language. And then you can also, if at all the doctor tells you about the side effects, okay, usually doctors avoid telling you the side effects because side effect acts as a nocebo then. वो बोला है अच्छा मुझे मुझे डायरिया होगा और वो सोच सोच के ही डायरिया होता है. Right? So most of the time doctors avoid to tell you the side effects. If at all you are told, check out the statistics. Okay, only 90% of the people were not affected, were not influenced by the side effect, then it's only a 10% chance. So I'm safe. So that will help you to stay away from the effect of the nocebo on the side effects. So I think this is very valid, and I make sure that I ask my doctor in detail so that it will work better and the intensity of recovery will be better. Mr. Baido, do you want to talk something? I'm sure you must be having some points. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you. No, there is no voice from you. Okay, figure out your audio issue.
Okay, I have unmuted myself.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, continue.
Yeah, actually, see, these nocebo and placebo, these have been very elaborately researched. For every patient, there is a psychological aspect which the doctor has to take into consideration. It is not what the patient thinks, but how the doctor responds to his psychological makeups and needs. And, he has to take full cooperation of the patient. If he doesn't get the cooperation of the patient, then his prescription, however effective it is, it's not going to give results. And the doctor is interested in the results as well as the patient is interested in the result. So I feel that you have covered a very important aspect, of a doctor-patient relationship. A doctor-patient relationship is very sacred. And if both the doctor and the patients are sincere and believe in this particular relationship, then I'm sure that the way forward is very easy. He has to analyze whatever the shortcomings of the patient, discuss with the patient, and it has to be extremely holistic. Whether it is his family issues, whether it is economical issues. There are many patients who are actually working very hard to come up in life, and they are not getting adequate sleep. They are not taking proper nutrition, So these are all the issues which are coming. I mean, so you have to consider the occupational aspect of the patient. What is it he eats, whether he sleeps well, what is his surrounding immediate environment. If you consider all these aspects, I think getting positive result with whatever knowledge you have, because for the doctor also it is a learning process. the more he gets to know the patient well, it doesn't happen overnight, especially in chronic diseases. The more he gets to know the patient, he can deliver the treatment with great amount of precision. And that comes with experience. Amrut, I'm very happy that you have taken this on yourself. I consider you as an activist. And where I have heard you on many. I am your fan actually. I don't know. I'm your doctor, but I'm your fan, and I love whatever you are doing, and it's a great activism. And I'm sure that with persistence it will spread across. I am a book lover.
Yeah, yeah,
You have given me, I'm already reading the book on Bear Grill, the Himalaya, the Everest campaign.
yeah.
So earlier you had given me another book because I happen to be a great trekker. So I love these books that you give me. I read them very seriously. I make notes also. You'll
Very
be
good.
surprised. And I'm very happy to join just now, and you have given me an opportunity to talk. I'm sure that everyone is listening to me, and as a very senior doctor, it's my privilege to be here, and I am very happy, and I love you. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you. Great. So whenever I visit his clinic, and then if the topic of books comes up, then I'm really worried about the other patients who are waiting outside. Well, as rightly said by my doctor Dilip Maidev, and what I've observed is there is a lack of 100% complete surrender. Whether it's a doctor-patient relationship, teacher-student relationship. Nowadays, I see people doubt. No, they don't surrender themselves fully to the doctor. Okay, we only approach the doctor, and then we have taken degrees from very famous university called Google, right? We check and read those information on Google, and then we doubt the doctor's prescription, and then second opinion and third opinions is very common these days. So I think we should learn to give 100% surrender to our teachers, to our doctors. Okay, one childhood anecdote which is worth telling you. There was some unit test in my class. I was in I think 7th grade, and a very important expectation effect wala example. And कुछ 30 मार्क्स का वो पेपर था साइंस का, और मुझे कुछ 27 मार्क्स मिले थे आउट ऑफ 30. मेरे एक दोस्त को 28 मिला था और दूसरे दोस्त को 29 मिला था. सो टेक्निकली आई वाज थर्ड एंड अदर टू गाइस वर फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड. एंड पहले हमको वो आंसर पेपर सबको मिलता था घर लेके जाने के लिए. एंड सो मैंने देखा ठीक है, आई वाज हैप्पी 27 मार्क्स वगैरह. एंड देन जो टॉप 3 आते हैं, हमारे जो टॉप 3 हाईएस्ट स्टूडेंट्स के पेपर का आंसर पेपर का जेरोक्स निकालते थे, 50 copies each, and that was distributed to other students to see these are the model answers you can learn from your friends who are doing a little better than you. I think it was a very healthy practice. And then one of my friend's mother, when she got my Xerox copy of my answer sheet, she saw that there is a totaling mistake in my paper, which went unnoticed from me and my parents also. And she told me that Amrut beta, तुमको तो 30 out of 30 मिला है, you should be the highest guy. And then मैंने तुरंत घर पे बोला कि अरे एक्चुअली मुझे 30 मिला है, मैंने देखा नहीं. तो मेरा भाई बोला, again, I keep talking about my elder brother. My character is influenced, 99% influenced by my elder brother. And he said, fine, so good, congratulations. And he's, what he said later on. You see, now you know that you are the best. What is more important? That you believing that you are the best, or telling the world that you are the best? If you know that you are the best, I don't think it is enough. It's your choice whether to keep quiet and celebrate. We'll celebrate here. Or you want to go and fight with the teacher and make the correction and make it 30 out of 30. And I did not say this to my teacher. I just kept quiet because I chose the second alternative, which my which my dada, my brother told me. But somehow that my friend's mom somehow gave this message through her son, and the teacher came to know that I am the highest guy in science who scored actually 30th of 13. It was her totaling mistake. And then my teacher told me that, why did you not tell me? I could have made the changes. And I said, no, it was not necessary for me to tell everybody that I'm the best. I'm okay. I knew that I did better than two of my friends. That was enough for me. And my teacher got tears of joy in her eyes. She hugged me that this is what we want. This is real education. She took me to the principal, and no, and then my principal took me to the entire school in each class and told them that this is what we want. We should focus on knowledge and not the external rewards, marks and ranking. Now, it was a big event. Yes, it was a big event as part of my childhood. But somewhere, today, as you must have observed all the YouTube videos, I never talk about app downloads, subscriptions, kitne हुए, funding नहीं ली मैंने कभी. I think because of the culture that I got at my house, that it's not about results, it's about the process. And I never expect that download should increase. अभी 50 लाख के तो अभी 1 करोड़ कैसे होंगे? No. It's all about books and reading habit. मेरी आत्मा है. बुकलेट ऐप के बाहर बहुत बड़ा अस्तित्व है मिशन मेक इंडिया रीड का, सबको पता है. And that's the result of, I think, these things that have, there are many such incidents that have happened in my childhood, which I'm really proud of. Again, thanks to my elder sister and brother. Now, a different meaning of expectation effect. Again, I love to find patterns and even contradictions in two different books. Okay, although it's not a contradiction, it's just a coincidence that Josh Kaufman, who is the author of the book The Personal MBA, also used the term expectation effect, but has got a completely different meaning. Okay, वहां पे उसने क्या बोला है कि, see, Donald Trump speaking awesome English, nothing great. He's expected to speak great English, right? But you sit in the auto rickshaw and the auto rickshaw driver says, okay, Ashwini, where should I drop you? Tell me your destination. And you're like, wow, it's a jaw-dropping event, right? Because you never expected an auto rickshaw wala to speak fluent English. So it's something unusual, right? It's extraordinary. Okay. So similarly, I mean, a gym trainer having six-pack abs, fine, normal, expected. But a book reader having six-pack abs, wow, that's a wow moment. So how to use this is, author gives a very good example that if you smartly lower the other people's expectation and then give whatever wanted to give, and that will delight the customers or whoever employs. For example, मैं हमेशा ये करता हूँ trick. So if I want to invite somebody, I just say, हाँ आप ट्यूसडे को आओ ना चाय पीने मेरे घर पे, ऐसा बोलता हूँ मैं. और चाय पीने के लिए बुलाता हूँ, उनको खाना खिलाता हूँ. So ऐसा करोगे तो somewhere maybe I have won and took that relationship one step ahead. उल्टा नहीं करना है, खाना पे बोला और चाय पे उनको रफा दफा कर दिया. And that is very dangerous. that will act as a nocebo. Okay. So फिर अक्सर मैं ऐसा भी करता हूँ कि if I know that I'm going to go to that place for a meeting or to meet a friend at 7 o'clock as per my calculation, then I tell that person that I'll be there by 7:20, okay, and actually reach at 7 o'clock. So forget about reaching late, not even on time. I usually reach before time on all my talks, my meetings, airports. एयरपोर्ट्स में तो मैं 2-3 घंटा पहले जाता, बिकॉज देयर इज नथिंग टू लूज. बस वहाँ जो पढ़ना है तो है ना, मेरे को रीडिंग तो करना है, तो यहाँ पर एयरपोर्ट पे जाके पढ़ू. So this you can use. Amazon uses this expectation effect very smartly. So whenever you order something on Amazon.com and they say that your your article will be delivered within 5 working days, and you usually get it within 2 days. Now they could have easily boasted this. They have an internal network of courier. They don't outsource delivery business. Most of the other people outsource, but Amazon has its own internal department of delivery services, and they could have easily boasted this as part of their marketing campaign, but they never did that. Instead, they kept it as a secret, and they lowered our expectations that, look, we will take 5 working days to deliver at your doorstep, and you get it within 2 days. And wow, we fall in love with Amazon. No wonder Amazon is number one in the world today, not just in India. Well, so check how you can use this trick, uh, under promise and over deliver. Don't over promise and under deliver, जो you mostly करते लोग. Yeah. I used it when I started sharing book summaries on WhatsApp. When I got this idea for the first time 5-6 years ago, I told everybody, there were some 100 people on WhatsApp who wanted these book summaries every week. And I said that every month you will get one summary of a best-selling book. ऐसा मैंने बोला, and I actually started giving every week. And that was like, wow, they were all delighted. And you're expecting only one in a month and you're giving one in a week? Wow. बोला कि नहीं, ये तो मैंने बुक से ही सीखा है. और फिर वो बुक की समरी में उनको समझ में आ गया, अच्छा ये इसलिए तूने किया है ऐसा. So personal MBA is summarized in Booklet up anyway. You can check it out. Or we can take it as a book of the week very soon. इतनी मोटी किताब है. It's like 500 pages. And it justifies the name, okay? The personal MBA. You actually become an MBA after reading that book. He has covered all the facets of business and entrepreneurship. No other book. I would call it as Bible of business, Bible of entrepreneurship, startups. Well, I think I've shared enough number of stories. The whole session was full of stories, my personal stories. I would like to hear from you that how you have used. Is there any placebo in your life? Yeah, yeah. Please let me know. Anybody want to share something or ask something you did not understand? Do you know the famous story of Albert Einstein, where his teacher had complained to his mother that your child is very slow? Albert Einstein had failed in mathematics in 4th grade. Oh my God, when I read this, I could not believe. अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन, जिसको हम मतलब इतना बड़ा साइंटिस्ट, लॉ ऑफ रिलेटिविटी, E is equal to mc square, इतना सबका आविष्कार किया, and he failed in mathematics. The king of mathematics actually failed in 4th grade. I think it's all about what his mother said to his teacher, that no, I don't think there is anything wrong with my child. Okay, and said, okay, I'm not bringing, I will find some better school for him. Now, these words of affirmation are so important. Just imagine the mind of that child when he heard this from his mother. Yeah, what a sense of security must have got. कि ये कुछ गलत नहीं है, कोई पाप नहीं है कि थोड़े काम मार्क्स कम मिले तो इसलिए मेहनत तो की ना मैंने. मेहनत करना important है, results is not important. Yeah, maybe I think my brothers and sisters must have read this story and that's why they use it on me as well. I don't know. Okay, why are everybody silent today? फिर बाद में you just shower, you bombard all the questions at the end when it is my bedtime. So please say it now.
Excuse me, sir. Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, Saloni. Yeah.
I have a small experience. Actually, I was undergoing a treatment after an accident at the age of 16. So the treatment was like once in a week, which was very painful. But my mom, she just convinced me that they are using some other tool on that day. And it was a lengthy treatment. Actually, she didn't, she just gifted that particular word that it's a lengthy treatment. It will be more painful. She just said that they are using some other tool which will be less painful. And I actually didn't realize the time. I didn't realize that pain. And thereafter, I said, Mama, it wasn't that painful actually. This was something effective. And thereafter, later I discovered that that was actually more painful. But I didn't realize that pain, or I didn't even realize the time it took.
Nice, nice. Very good. Okay. Anybody else? You know that
About
example
that?
given in the book, right? The cancer patient. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the doctor said that the cancer has spread almost in the entire body, and I doubt whether you will live up to see the Christmas this year. And he actually died just
That.
after Christmas in the month of January. And later on, when the autopsy happened on his dead body, they came to know that the doctor's prognosis was wrong. उसको इतना कुछ बड़ा कैंसर हुआ था बट फर्स्ट स्टेज का कुछ दूसरा वाला कैंसर हुआ था which was not so serious, which could have been cured
Open
anyway.
fit.
But because he was told by the doctor that you are going to die, he actually died. So unfortunate, na? Very unfortunate for that man. Yeah, I think I can't read. Shashi ji, आपको कुछ पूछना है?
पूछना नहीं है, मैं मुझे अपना इंसिडेंट वही प्लेसिबो पे आ रहा था कि एक बार ऐसे ही लेगिएशन का ऑपरेशन कराने गए तो बहुत सारी औरतों का हुआ था। तो सुबह डॉक्टर जब विजिट पे आए तो सब करा रही थी अधिकतर लोग कि पेन है ये वो। मेरे पास आए, बोले कि क्या दर्द रहा रात में, दर्द कैसा है? मैंने कहा उतना ही है जितना होना चाहिए।
Right.
मतलब वो हमारे दिमाग में होता है, बहुत कंफर्टेबली उसको लिया। दैट इज आल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ प्लेसिबो आई थिंक।
Yes, you're right.
एंड बिल्ली जब रास्ता काट जाती है और हमको लगता है कहीं ना कहीं जाके कोई परेशानी आई, अगर हमारे दिमाग में है, दैट इज नो
Correct. हाँ,
नोसिबो।
बिल्ली हमारा रास्ता काटती तो हम भी तो बिल्ली का रास्ता काट रहे हैं. उसके दिमाग में वो
हाँ,
क्या आता है?
तो हम लोगों को कुछ जिनके दिमाग में रहता है कि कुछ नुकसान करेगी, तो उनको कोई भी चीज होती है तो लगता है कि हाँ ये इसी वजह से हुआ।
Right.
वो भी हमारे अंदर जो एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है उसी की वजह से होता है, मुझे लगता है।
Right, right. Okay. I can't read the names from here because I'm a little away from my laptop. I think what is this? Ashwini, could you read the name of that girl who has raised her hand?
Is that
Shreya,
me?
she.
Sorry?
Shreya, she has raised her hand.
Shreyashi, you want to say something?
Shreyasi.
Shreyasi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shreyasi.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Actually, I want to share one story. I don't know if it is nocebo effect or not. Actually, a few months ago, my husband met with an accident. So he was going to his office, so suddenly one four-wheeler opened his door, and he fallen there, and his lower tibial of his knee got fractured. So when he called me at hospital, I went there. So after all the procedure, when evening time, when me and my husband was having a conversation, at that time he told that that early morning I saw a dream where I already had met with an accident. So actually, he dreamt in the early morning that about his accident, and when he was going to office, and really he met with an accident. And that time I realized that is a visualization that he have already created that happened. And when he read the book that nocebo effect that I did not know, I now can join the dot that it is maybe it is a effect of nocebo.
Yeah, right. हम आमतौर पे बोलते हैं कि ये सुपरस्टिशन है वगैरह, बट आई थिंक इफ इट रियली हेल्प्स टू बूस्ट योर कॉन्फिडेंस, डू इट. लाइक कि अगर मैं हरा रंग का शर्ट पहनूंगा तो मैं हमेशा इंटरव्यू में पास होता हूँ. If that is, we know it's a superstition, but if it's going to help, just do it. There's no harm in it. Yeah, these are like they will play as placebos. Well, I have one good news for you. 30th April, we are planning to have a physical event in Mumbai. There is a person called Ravi ji. He has a very beautiful premises in Gurai, Mumbai, which is like, I think, southern part of Mumbai. And I know you all are from different cities, but hence I'm telling you well in advance that if you could plan to come to Mumbai, if you stay overnight in Mumbai, you're welcome to Booklet House to give a visit. But the event is in Gorai, which is part of Mumbai, and the structure of the event is not yet final, but we are going to make it very interesting. Needless to mention, it will be only around books, a lot of fun, some book games, knowledge sharing sessions. We'll get to meet face to face, which we have never met. We'll get to meet me, Farid, So try it out. 30th April is the date which is finalized. I'll keep you updated with the details. All right. Yeah. Anybody else? Ashwini? Ashwini, I really liked your suggestion that day when you sent me a message where a person said that I don't have any friends with whom I can discuss about books. And you said that I would like to lend a helping hand. So why not, you guys can also come together and discuss. It is not that it's always me who has to discuss about books. Okay, now you all are booklet guys and booklet girls, right? And you can also, carry this torch. You can be the torch bearer. Ashwini, you want to say something?
In the booklet app, with the summary of this book, you said that is placebo really good or not for the people? So what are your thoughts? Like, I read in the book that they said that placebos are important. Like, they are not
Yeah, I
insignificant.
think
Like, it's not fooling the
correct.
process, or
Yeah, as
like,
long
what
as
are
you're
you?
putting a positive expectation, it's a placebo. Placebos are always good. Nocebos are dangerous. जैसे वो ज्योतिष वगैरह वगैरह लोग को है, मैं नहीं बोलूंगा कि वो पूरी तरह गलत है. अगर वो कुछ पॉजिटिव, अगर कोई आत्महत्या करने जा रहा है और ज्योतिष बोलता है कि अरे तू रुक, अगले साल बहुत कुछ अच्छा होने वाला है, तेरा बिजनेस खुलने वाला है, it's a good for him, right? He will avoid that event of self-sabotage and work on it. It is nothing but law of attraction. बट कुछ ज्योतिष क्या वो कपल्स को बोलते आपका कोई बच्चा ही नहीं होगा. तो ऐसे है मेरे फ्रेंड्स का, और दूसरे साल बचा हुआ उनको. तो मैंने जाके धोया वो ज्योतिष को, ये तो गलत बात क्यों करते हो आप ये सब, आपको क्या पता ना, बिकॉज इट कैन एक्ट एज नोसिबो. बच्चा होने वाला था और उसने बोला इसलिए अभी नहीं होगा. सो आई थिंक वी शुड स्टे अवे फ्रॉम नोसिबोस, द नेगेटिव एक्सपेक्टेशंस. That's the whole message of the book, I guess. Yeah. Also, you guys can recommend books which I can consider for the book of the week. Okay, it's not only my choice. Although I do it randomly, but I actually read 4 or 5 books until I decide which book I should take up as book of the week. You guys please recommend. Okay, it's not that I know all the books in the world. I hardly know. All right. Anybody, any book you would like to recommend right now?
Hi, Amrut. Gayatri Sharma here.
Hi, Gayatri.
Yeah, how are you?
Thank you.
And,
I think you are talking for the first time. Gayatri is the most generous reader of Booklet, and she keeps helping me in a big way regularly. So thank you.
don't tell all that in this platform. So I appreciate and congratulate your success. And the one book, what is going on in my mind is don't split the difference. Some book is.
Yes.
Did you cover that already?
No, it's on my reading desk. I will. You spoke spoke my heart. I'm reading it right now. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, we always, sometimes or many times think like this. So I'm happy that it's already there in your desk.
Yes, I'll do it. Yes, it's all about the crucial conversations and how to deal with them. Yes.
Yes. So congratulations and keep rocking.
Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. So let's call it a day. Yeah, thank you so much. And happy having some great placebos in your life.
One moment, Varsha here. I just want to talk to you.
Sure, go ahead.
Today is my first day. I just saw the chat and saw the link. I said, let me see what it is, because I am quite interested in reading books, but somehow, let me not say this, but I don't find much time to read, but I now will definitely go on to read much more. And secondly, I wanted to just request you that this book which you had explained today, I may have missed out on the PDF. So if you can send it across today.
So what I do is I summarize the books and put it in Booklet app. Okay. Sharing PDF, I usually discourage because that's illegal. I usually don't encourage piracy. If you really want, you're thirsty about knowledge, we should go and buy the book, and because it's a hard work of the author. So
I'll do that. The name is there in the group chat. I'll buy the book. I'll do that.
Yeah. And we are trying to change the definition of reading. Like since you have been listening to me for last 1 hour, you have read the book partially, right? So reading is not that traditional way of sitting in isolation at home and taking a book and reading. It's about ideas, something that the author knows that we don't know. And once we come to know, we discuss, we share. That is also part of reading. See, no other activities are done alone. Sometimes cooking, two ladies in the home cook together just for the sake of companionship. We exercise together, right? We work together. But reading is already always left in isolation. So I think there is a flaw in this. Okay, it can be in groups. Yeah. All right. Anyone else?
Amrut, good evening. Mandar this side.
Hi, Mandar.
So Amrut, I just wanted to ask you one thing. Can you please elaborate on social return of investment concept?
Sorry, come again.
That social return on investment concept.
This term, for the first time I heard from this Sal Khan, who is the founder of Khan Academy.
Okay.
He was the first person who understood the power of free, and it was like way back when YouTube was quite new, and there was a lot of buffering of videos on YouTube because internet was not so strong. And he was a passionate mathematician. He loved mathematics, algebra, geometry, calculus. And he, like me, was working in a hedge fund, mutual fund in London, in UK. And I was going through these phases of startup failures, one after another. I had 3 startup failures in a row. And I got into chronic depression. And you can watch my story on TED Talks on YouTube.
Yeah.
I had developed suicidal tendency. And when I started reading random, and I realized that most of the authors come on TED Talk to talk about their books. And at that time, I found this TED Talk of Sal Khan, and he used this term called social return on investment. He said that if he had continued his job, his talent in mathematics would have helped his company, his employer, right? Now that he has come out of the job, he quit his job and using his mathematics skills for the whole society by putting what he used to do is he used to make videos of algebra, geometry, calculus, trigonometry, and put them on YouTube for free. Very quality videos. He could have easily charged for it. But he said that, no, the salary that I've sacrificed by quitting the job, no, that's not a sacrifice, but it is an investment in the society.
Right.
That is giving a huge, So if you would have charged lakh rupees for his coaching classes, which everybody does. Mahesh tutorial does, everybody does, right? So usne kya kiya alag? He thought, no, if I give it for free and let money come as a byproduct of my passion. And I picked these 2 things from him. That let money come as a byproduct of my passion, and I should look for huge social return on investment. And I did exactly what he did. I decided to give everything for free and let money come as a byproduct. And that's exactly what is happening with me now.
Right.
Guys are helping me financially. People are donating generously. These Kindles and Alexas come to me as gifts. This MacBook has come to me as gift. One guy said to me from Germany, he said that I saw your YouTube videos. Thoda pixel aapka fatta hai. The quality of your video is not so great. I am gifting you iPhone 13. And he sent me iPhone 13. See? जिसके लिए लोग पूरी दुनिया जिंदगी वो उनका जो ड्रीम रहता है वो मेरे पास ऐसे एज अ बाय प्रोडक्ट आ जाते हैं.
Right.
So there are 2 ways, okay? एक तो ट्रेडिशनल वे है कि पहला सब कुछ खुद के लिए करो and then give it back to the society. मैंने इसको exactly उल्टा किया. Instead of saying I'll first make crores of rupees for myself till the age of 50 and then I'll give it back to the society. Instead of this, I turned it upside down and said, how can I significantly contribute to my motherland, which will also take care of my household expenses?
Right.
And I found a solution. All right. But I used the word household expenses. not luxuries of the Ferraris in the backyard and Rolex watches. ये सब मैंने नहीं किया. But उस पे बहुत कुछ आ रहा है. I think I'm living a life of elite people, where people invite me across the world and they get me accommodation in 5-star and 7-star hotels with VVIP rooms. Where I insist that no, इतने महंगे होटल पे खर्चा मत करो, मैं आपके घर पे रहने को भी रेडी हूँ. मुझे आपका घर का खाना भी खाना पसंद है. But sometimes they book in Hyatt and this 5-star hotels. So see, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि you have to choose that traditional path of making a fortune for yourself. अभी भी अच्छा ही है. Kindness is there in everybody, but there's a big but. You should be the first one to show kindness. That is important. Only then kindness boomerangs. हमको
Right.
लगता है कि the world has become bad वगैरह, ऐसा नहीं है. It's our own reflection. I remember a very interesting story from Van Dyer's book called Erroneous Zones. A new neighbor in his locality, and they both were jogging on a beach in the morning. And the new neighbor says that, Mr. Dan, how are the people in our area? I've just shifted from a new place. I'm your neighbor. So can you tell me what kind of people I should expect in our area, in our locality? And Mr. Van Dyer said that, how were the people in your previous area where you lived? And he said, they were very bad, non-supportive, वहाँ पे झगड़े करते थे, ये करते थे, इसलिए तो मैं छोड़ के इधर आया, मैं तंग आ गया था. And the author says that, I'm sorry, but यहाँ पे भी वैसे ही लोग मिलेंगे आपको. Can't help. I think you shifted to almost same place. फिर एक साल के बाद एक और नेबर उसके रहने को आता है नया, वापस उसी बीच पे जॉगिंग के लिए मिलता है. And that new guy who shifted to that place again asks the same question to Mr. Van Dyer and says that, what kind of people can I expect in this area? I'm new to this, please help me. And he asks again, what kind of people you had in the previous area where you lived? And he said, they were wonderful people. I mean, we've all shared and cared for each other. We used to meet in the evening under the banyan tree. I really missed all those people, but I had some other reason. My job got transferred, so I had to come here with my family. And Mr. Wagner said that we have exactly the same kind of people in this area.
Right.
Kind. I think you got the message.
Amrut.
Amrut, I have one question on this.
Yes.
You said that kindness. So can you tell some of your positive and negative experiences, if you have any? Like, you can share only one, that's fine.
Specific.
Because you were telling that, yes, kindness, yes, I appreciate that and I understand. True, that's true. But sometimes it's because that's a real world. So we get both type of people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agreed.
So both type of experiences. So
मुझे तो again what we see, अगर कुछ बुरा हुआ है तो भी मुझे याद नहीं आएगा, because I don't focus on those negative things. Right? अगर 2 एप्पल निकले सुबह, 2 एप्पल मैंने उसमें से एक एप्पल खराब निकला, तो आई विल राइट इन माय ग्रेटिट्यूड डायरी कि एक एप्पल बहुत अच्छा निकला. बिकॉज इतना आदत हो गया है कि परसों ही हमारी मेरी और फरीद की बात हुई. आई सेड दैट फरीद 5-6 साल में कुछ गलत हुआ ही नहीं हमारे साथ, इतने सब कुछ स्मूथली कैसे जा रहा है, सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है, कभी कुछ हमसे गलती नहीं हुई या कुछ ट्रोलिंग नहीं हुआ, कुछ बड़ा क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं हुआ, इस नाम पे कुछ गलत कुछ केस भी नहीं हुआ है. एंड यू नो व्हाट ही सेड कि नहीं हुआ रहेगा पर हमारा ध्यान नहीं होगा. वी आर सो एनग्रॉस्ड इन डूइंग पॉजिटिव थिंग्स, ग्रेट पीपल कम टू मीट अस, हमको वो गलतियां शायद दिखती नहीं है अभी, इतने हम लोग वो क्लीन चश्मा पहनते हैं. So I think it's all about our perception. Since you have asked, I would like to share one anecdote. So I was invited in Abu Dhabi for a talk just before COVID, and they had booked a business coach ticket for the air flight for me. And I replied to the email that please don't spend so much. Business coach tickets are 4 times. Please mute yourself. I think Varsha, you are on unmute. Could you please mute yourself? There is some noise from your house. Everybody please mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. And I replied to them that please downgrade my ticket to economy class And Sindhutai Satpal, who was a social activist, she had adopted some 3,000 orphan girls. And she was also the co-speaker along with me at that seminar. So it was an international conference of chartered accountants. So more than 1,000 CAs from all the Gulf countries were coming together. And I was going to address them on Mission Make India Read, along with Sindhutai Satpal, who is no more. She died a few months ago. And I said that please downgrade my ticket to economy class. Whatever is the difference, please give it as charity to Sindhutai's institute organization. And I immediately got a call from the organizers that we were dumbstruck after reading your email. We have got guests in the previous years जिनके इतने नखरे थे, हमको ये चाहिए, हमको वो चाहिए. There is a very one singer who had come. तो हमारा स्पीच के बाद रात को एक गाला पार्टी थी जहाँ पे एक सिंगर है, मैं उसका नाम नहीं लूंगा. तो he had insisted, वो मेरे ईमेल के ऊपर ही उसका ईमेल था, तो उन्होंने पढ़ के दिखाया कि वो सिंगर ने बोला है I want only E-class black color BMW at the airport to pick me. इतने उसके नखरे थे. एंड अरे सर आप लोग ऐसा क्यों ये सब, मतलब सी व्हेन योर लाइफ इज पर्पस ड्रिवन, एवरीथिंग एल्स बिकम अ डिस्ट्रैक्शन. मुझे लगा मुझे तो आप बैलगाड़ी भी भेजोगे तो भी मुझे चलेगा, बिकॉज आई हैव कम हियर टू इंस्पायर दैट क्राउड टू रीड. देयर इज नथिंग एल्स, राइट? एंड यू नो व्हाट हैपेंड? These people booked my room in a VVIP room, 5-7-star hotel where Modi had stayed in Abu Dhabi for 4 days. I had a private beach view and an attendant 24/7 standing outside the room at my service. And then I requested that, I have a colleague, almost my partner called Farid. Can I take him along with you? Because now that, you're anyway going to spend so much on ticket, which is 4 times of economy class. They immediately agreed, bring him along with you. Don't spend on accommodation. We'll stay in the same room as brothers. And this guy, Farid, who comes from an extremely humble background, जिसने लाइफ में कभी मुंबई के बाहर नहीं गया है, okay, he flew outside India for the first time. And we had a great trip. So these are the experiences, So again, if I had not mailed that, we wouldn't have got these experiences. Right? Okay, so thank you so much. Happy reading. See you next week, and I'll reveal the book of the day on Monday or Tuesday.